Hey guys, how y'all doing? I'm here to give you guys a recap on the new episode of Fate Apocrypha, which is on episode 16. This episode right here, it looks like to me, we're gonna have one maybe minor antagonist or maybe a certain secondary antagonist, depending how you could look at it, on the loose right now. That part of the Black faction with the with Sig and Ruler, etc., are going to have. In other terms, the alliance with the Black faction that Sig and Ruler are part of are going to have another antagonist on the loose, which they have to stop, apparently. So if anything else, let's go. We have to it that the episode opens up with a torture scene with one guy going to tell the information to this Jack the Ripper. And apparently, she rips out his heart to kill him, etc., to end his suffering, obviously, after torturing him for a very long time. We have to it that Jean does have a little talk with Leticia about her fate being burned away and being betrayed, and John or Ruler, on the other hand, does not really care much, as she thinks it is the will of God. The way I look at it, it seems like to me she has no remorse in what happened to her, etc. We have to it that Sig is trying to go treat the homunculi as best as he can, and we have to it that he's actually having trouble getting up. And when John decided to help him out and realized that he fell to the ground, they decided to take a look at his body, and they both realized he has some kind of black spots covering his arm covering his left arm all the way to his back. And apparently we get to know that this is the cause of using the command spells that Sig has to transform into Siegfried. So in other cases, every time he uses a command spell to transform, and the total time he could stay in that form is 5 minutes, it seems like to me it's eating away at his body, or in other cases it's killing him, I guess, as the possibility that Siegfried might transform, that Sig might go into Siegfried, who knows. But whatever the case may be, it's already starting to poison his body and becoming toxic. We see to it that they have a meeting without Sig involving Jack the Ripper, and they have to find a way in order to stop him, because the damage he's causing by killing many other people, especially 8 people somewhere in the location of London possibly, or somewhere else, is already being known right now, and it's already causing a lot of trouble to many lives and other people that's not related to the Grail War. And apparently, they want to find a way how to stop Jack the Ripper, apparently, and it looks like to me, Fiore, who is the master of Archers of Black, cannot remember the face, apparently, which might be related to the Noble Phantasm or the spell that Jack the Ripper has. And apparently everyone decides to go investigate a certain dead body involving what happened to the last moments of the person's life before he died by Jack the Ripper's hands after being tortured and killed by having his heart ripped out. We get to know that that Jack the Ripper is going after the location where Fiore and Sig is at. And apparently, Jack the Ripper is already there, and we have to it that Carlos was trying to tell Fiore, you gotta get the hell out of there. Jack the Ripper is already at your location, but it was already too late. The signal gets cut off in the cell phone, and Sig gets really upset about this. And we have to it that Fiore ends up having a little match against Jack the Ripper, which Jack the Ripper effortlessly was trying to kill her, but Sig managed to stop around in the nick of time by cutting off her arm, etc., or maybe just causing some damage to her that she's bleeding. And we see to it that Jack the Ripper ends up retreating because the 4 servants ends up showing up on time, and Jack the Ripper says, "Next time I'm gonna get you. You hear me?" And then later on leaves while the poison acid mist is in the way. So it looks like to me Jack the Ripper is going to be somewhat of a minor antagonist or secondary antagonist in the series, because they can't just ignore Jack the Ripper right off the bat, as she or he is literally killing people and causing much more damage to many innocent lives and people as it continued going, especially against mages. So there's no way in heck that you should be ignoring this, especially when a serial killer like that's Jack the Ripper, is going on the loose for the time being. Well, I call him a serial killer because he's just killing people out of joy, or maybe to fill up his own power or something, or existence. Don't know. But one thing was sure, Jack the Ripper has become somewhat of a minor antagonist, or should I say secondary antagonist, depending how you want to look at it, on the road to causing trouble because of the actions he or she has done. So until then, I'll see you guys in my next video. So I'm off for Zoro, people. Have a good day, and I'll see you guys next time. Alright, peace out. Bye bye. Choo choo.